We talk about Mahasiddhas as if it's some extremely important category of teachers, but in fact it's not really. What is important are lineage teachers and being able to trace back from a particular type of Buddhist scripture or Tantric practice to be able to trace back to the origins to show legitimacy. So one of these teachers that's very important is Tilopa. Tilopa is probably most famous for being regarded as one of the original progenitors of the Kagyu tradition, the Marpa Kagyu, Dakpo Kagyu of Tibetan Buddhism. So within that system, they calculate their lineage. They organize their lineage as being beginning with Vajradhara, the primordial Buddha, Vajradhara to Tilopa, then to the Siddha Naropa, and then to the Tibetan translator Marpa Lodzawa. So Tilopa is important. He's important for teaching and passing on the teachings of Chakrasamvara and Mahamudra, Vajrayogini. There are some others. He has a number of texts in the Tengyur, in the collected works, the commentaries to the Tantras. Now, in terms of the where you can find Tilopa, well, he's really prominent in any kind of Kagyu lineage paintings. Depending on the type of series of lineage paintings, he can be either dominant or he can be a secondary figure. He's also found in the registers of many paintings of Chakrasamvara where the lineage is depicted at the top and sides in registers. Also, he's named in a number of the sets of the 84 Great Mahasiddhas. Now, his number is not all that consistent. He can appear closer to the top. His name can appear in the middle, or his name can appear at the end. With many later formulations of the 84 Mahasiddhas, then Tilopa and Naropa appear more towards the end, because remember, Naropa passed away in the 11th century, and it is likely that Tilopa passed away in the early to mid-11th century. So these are actually very late Mahasiddhas, and there were many other Mahasiddhas in the group of 84 that lived hundreds of years earlier. So chronologically, Tilopa and Naropa are much later, so they can appear much later in some of the enumerations of the 84 Mahasiddhas. Now, we do not really find Tilopa in the Eight Great Siddhas. There may be some where he is found, but generally Tilopa and Naropa are not found in any Kagyu systems of the Eight Great Siddhas, because Tilopa and Naropa stand above the others. Then the other great Siddhas, they're the other important Mahasiddhas after Tilopa and Naropa within the Kagyu system. Then we find that really we're looking at those situations. We're looking at Chakrasamvara lineage, we're looking at Kagyu lineage, and these are the two main places where Tilopa is found. Now, in terms of appearance is difficult. Tilopa sometimes appears holding a fish. We see this sometimes with the Kagyu iconography. Other times he's performing a gesture with the right hand and he's holding a skull cup in the left. It's not consistent. We have no consistency with the iconography. So in that regard, Tilopa really falls into that group of Mahasiddhas where they're well known, but the iconography is not that well known. The name is well known, but they really are, Tilopa both and Naropa are both identified really by context and less so by iconography. In the Vajrasana system of depictions of Mahasiddhas, then Tilopa is shown pressing sesame seeds to get oil out of the sesame seeds, because that's where his name comes from. The tilo. It's sesame seed presser. Where the fish comes from, I really don't know. I've not found a reference for it, and I've not heard from any educated teachers as to why he holds the fish. I'm sure there's a very good reason, and there's probably a long explanation. I just can't recall ever hearing it. So, but Tilopa is important in art. Not easily identifiable iconographically, and he's very important in literature and in and lineages. So, if you like this series, then press the like button. Then you can subscribe, you can share. Also, to help support Himalayan art resources, you can join HAR on Patreon for longer videos, for images and videos and essays that are not on the regular Himalayan art resources website.